Hi, welcome to Ranger Country. I'm Lawrence.
And I'm Peter.
And we're here to bring you a review of the Weihrauch 57. Let's dive into it and see what it's all about. We seem to be on a little Weihrauch streak recently. We've got the 95s come out, we've got the 35s, and now we've got the 57. I don't know if we're quite all the way to their whole lineup, but we're getting close. Okay, first stop, features. Do you want to start on that end? We've got this lovely stock.
I'm the butt of the review today. So now we've got typical Weihrauch rubber book pad with a black marker in there as well. Just quite striking. I like that.
Sits really nicely.
It does, yeah. And it just between the beach stock and the rubber book pad, you've just got this black washer. That's quite nice. I really do like that. Now we've got a fully ambidextrous Minelli stock, and this has got an M in there for Minelli. Not all Weihrauch stocks, I believe, are made by Minelli, but this one is. Now, moving forward, we've got the quite nice checkering on there, haven't we? We've got the Weihrauch emblem, the Weihrauch name, in with the
checkering.
Yeah, it's in the, and you've got this little pattern as well. That's nice. It's very nicely finished. It's very nicely built, this rifle.
We are talking a high-end rifle here. Well, these are 400 and something as of time of filming. Yeah, we're not talking cheap rifles now.
Yeah.
So yes, you would expect build quality. You would expect no sharp edges, that sort of thing. And to be fair, that's exactly what we've got here.
Yeah. Now we've got the Weihrauch renowned record trigger unit here as well, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
So one screw adjustment at the back there for trigger weight, and you're sorted basically. At the back here, at the back of the action, we've got an auto safe. Now, this is the sort of thing that catches you out. It catches me out every time. Does it catch you out? Does it probably cut you out in the past?
Yeah, definitely has.
Yeah. It's quite nice because it's an auto safe. So every time you cock it, every time you bring that under lever down, you hear the click at the back, and the safety's popped out. So once that safety's out, you can pull the trigger, but nothing actually happens. It actually disengages the trigger blade, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Weihrauch they've made their name from hunting rifles, haven't they?
Yeah.
And that's very much designed for hunting rifles, designed for walking around your permission, having it being able to have it cocked, ready to go, but safety on so that you can walk around in relative safety.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure that's where it's come from.
Yeah.
And it's certainly no bad thing. You soon get used to it. And again, that's nice and positive. There's a nice sharp click on there.
Yeah. Now we've got a dovetail rail on the top here, and we've got 3 inlet holes for your recoil stop pins on your scope to slot into and to locate. So you've got a choice of 3 positions for that recoil stop pin to drop into. Now that recoil stop pin, if anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, and that's probably me most of the time, isn't it?
I was thinking that. Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to explain it. So yeah. Fair enough.
Okay, so your recoil stop pin, it's a little peg that comes out the bottom of the rear, usually the rear scope mount, and it locates into a hole in the top of the action. A dowel, a screw, a peg, something of that ilk. Now what it does, it locates in that hole, and spring guns have always been notably quite a sharp firing cycle, haven't they?
Yeah.
Quite a harsh recoil.
Big old spring sliding forward inside there.
Yeah.
Inertia, physics and stuff. And the spring's the scope tends to slide backwards.
It does, and it can creep backwards. Before you know it, this mount is off the back of the gun, and you can't hit anything basically. That could be where you're going wrong.
Yeah, let's pretend that I haven't got the recoil pin in. Yeah, let's do that. Appreciate the vote of confidence there.
Regular watchers will know our sort of bit of banter that we have between ourselves. Stiff competition. So, moving forward.
I'm just grateful you're not giving it all of this on the wood like you normally do.
Well, it's just not that. I'm just not that impressed because it's a high-end rifle. You expect it, I think.
It's not as veiny as previous wood has been.
That was a Weihrauch that had veiny walnuts, actually, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was the 35.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 35 export. Yeah, that had veiny wood. This hasn't got veiny walnut.
No, it's just
So moving forward, we're coming into your territory there, Lawrence.
I've got the business end up here. Now, the astute viewers among you will see that this rifle's got 2 barrels. We are obviously an underlever rifle, so press the little pin in, underlever comes down. The barrel will stay fixed, and the cocking handle does all the magic with the action underneath it. Obviously, that will make it a little bit more accurate than standard break barrel. Adds a little bit of weight and stuff, but hey, that's what we live with. Another quirky little feature of this particular rifle is it's got this loading gate, this pop-up loading gate here. I'll show the ladies and gentlemen so that they can see on the camera. So I'll cock that and lift that up. So you can see this little loading gate here has popped up. All you do is pop your pellet in and then push that back down again. What that means is it's much safer. So unlike on a Weihrauch HW57 or a 77, there's a big old loading gate here where you sort of push in and round the pellet straight into the barrel. It loads up, it offers it up to you, you just push it down, ready to go.
Equally, you haven't got a break barrel you have to hold down while you're putting the pellet in the end of the barrel, have you?
Yeah, correct.
Because something could fail in the gun, and that barrel could flick up, making a right mess of your thumb.
Yeah.
So it is a really good idea. It is a lot safer.
Yeah. In theory, it is a really good principle, and really good design.
Yes. Now we have had mixed results, haven't we, with this?
Yeah.
And in testing, it's thrown up quite a few challenges.
Perhaps not as infallible as Weihrauch would make you believe. Yeah.
Now, I was while we're talking about this, earlier I did a little bit of research on the old interweb and on the forums and whatever. And there's a few people that say, if you get a good one.
Okay.
Now, yeah, I think there is. We could talk about this a little bit later on. But I don't think this is perfect by any means.
Brilliant idea. And in the theory of it, should work brilliantly.
Do you know, we're going to be in such trouble with the viewers. 3 or 4 people who are watching this are going to be, Weihrauch faithfuls are going to be up in arms and blasting us.
Weihrauch fan clubs could have something to say, yeah. I mean, harkening back to all the good points, brilliant quality built rifle. It comes with open sights as well. Obviously, this is the rear sight that we've had to take off to do this, put scope on to do the shooting that we're about to do. But you've got a fully adjustable rear sight. You've got up and down, you've got your elevation there, and then you've got your windage on the side. And you've also got 4 different slot sizes and shapes. You won't be able to see that on the video. You have to trust me, I guess. For the rear sight section, so you sort of you got your posts, and you line up on the front end. This back end is interchangeable. I don't know how to describe that without actually showing you.
Now, interestingly, you've got 4 different sizes. You've got a big one, and then they go a little bit smaller, don't they? Down to a V. You've got quite a fat blade there to line that up with. So maybe this is over-engineered compared to the Foresight, maybe?
Well, the Foresight is just fixed. It doesn't need to be anything special.
Does it need to be a bit thinner? To allow for...
Arguably, maybe. But then you'd complain that people with your kind of eyesight would struggle to see the sights, maybe.
But then I'd complain that they weren't fibre optic.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, never win. Open sights, plus. Nice.
Yeah, it is. It is a plus. Like the HW57, they come with open sights, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice little touch.
Yeah. Unlike the 77, this has a threaded barrel as standard. So this is the brand new model, brand new HW57 FTS. And you're about to tell us what that stands for.
This stands for Field Target Silenced.
Makes sense. So you can get a standard 1/2" UNF thread on the end here. Put a silencer on your Springer, I guess. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say required by any means. Make a little bit of a difference. Sure. Yeah, definitely.
So make a difference downrange, won't it? Because
yes.
your muzzle report is going to be reduced a bit. You've still got the clang of the action, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to get away from that.
Yeah, I think if you're on a range, you don't need it. But if you're out hunting, which obviously, again, Weihrauch, that's what it's designed for, definitely no bad thing.
Yeah. Handling.
Yeah.
Let's see what we...
Let's jump into handling
see
section.
What we reckon to the handling of it.
Back with you shortly. Okay, so what do we think of the feel and the weight and the balance of it?
It looks a heavy rifle to me because you've got that lump of metal underneath there.
I guess we're just so used to the 97 and the 77, the sort of 57's bigger brother.
Yeah.
I was going to keep it in the family, but yeah. The sort of bigger brothers of the underleavers are usually a bit heavier, yes. But headline figures, 3.2 kilos. It's about 7 pounds, unscoped. So a fairly midweight rifle. It's about 41 inches, 1,030 millimeters. So it would certainly be a long rifle with the silencer on.
I certainly would, yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's sort of full-length rifle, about a metre long. That sounds about right.
Mm. Now, cocking, there's quite a long cocking arm on that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's very easy to cock.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It doesn't take an awful lot of physical input to be able to cock that rifle.
Yeah. Which
is always good, isn't it?
Now, interestingly, Weihrauch's website said that the 177s were limited to 10.5 foot-pounds. We've got this one chronoed at 11.1.
Okay.
So, yeah, they seem to be full power. If you get one that's sort of high 10s, I wouldn't be surprised, though, personally, to be honest. Obviously, we have gone into this in another video, so date that.
I think this is dieseling now. I did smell it earlier, and it says, as we're shooting, it is dieseling a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
a spring rifle, sort of 10.5 foot-pounds, that's generally where they're going to be the smoothest, easiest to shoot, where they're not jumping about too much as well. So yeah, it shoots really, really well. Trigger's really, really sharp and crisp and
even.
What?
Deeper. Sharp and crisp and even. Like the snow at Christmas. It just should have, that's what should have come out of your mouth.
Anyway, no idea what I was talking about.
Is it nothing new there?
I don't know what I was saying. Should we shoot it?
Let's have a go. See what it looks. See how we get on with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back with you shortly. Okay, here we are, set up and ready to shoot the HW57.
Right.
Here we go.
Now, I have a secret weapon.
Right. It's a pen.
I shall
put that
demonstrate my secret weapon. Now.
Oh, it's not to poke the holes out of the target once you bring it back. Oh, okay.
Don't tell everybody our secret. Right. Now, I'm going to poke this pellet in this, because we've had very mixed results with this rifle. In fact, with all HW57s, as we discussed earlier. So, let's see what I can do with this.
So we've tried, obviously, as always, we're shooting 25 metres indoor. We've tried quite a few different pellets, and the pellet that we seem to have landed on, we think it likes the best, are the new JSB exact shorts, 8.44 grain, or 8.4 today. Yeah, 8.44s. That's the one that it seems to be able to shoot with.
Well. Now, we have had a few problems, haven't we, in setting up and zeroing. And it would shoot sort of everywhere. So I'm pushing these pellets in with my secret weapon. I'm going to try and get this through the first hole. And I failed.
Is it still the same aim point?
Yeah. Aiming for the ball. Yeah. Now, we have been instructed by the importers, haven't we, by Hall Cartridge in the past, that this gate needs lubricating, which we've tried to do, haven't we? And
yeah, there's 2 breech seals before and after it. And it can snag on there. The loading gate can snag on there, apparently. We've done that, so we should be all good. We have had in testing. We've tried a few. We've tried a few different pellets. Some of them were very poor, but these exacts were. It was banging them in basically through the same hole. Now the camera's on. It's obviously not doing that, but there we go. There we go.
Just need to find my mojo.
I was going to say. I guess it's not the rifle that's the issue.
Possibly. But without poking these pellets in, we were having very mixed results, weren't we?
Yeah. Seems to be bang on so far.
Now, is this saying that we need to supply a Bic biro with every HW57?
No, it's sold separately. But an extra £20.
Oh, an accuracy device.
Yeah, exactly.
That is 100 times better than we've had with other pellets, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now these shorts, they are a bit shorter pellet, believe it or not. Now let's try and QYS in here, and I know Sam had a go with this QS, didn't he? And he had astonishing results.
Yeah. Bang them in through the same hole.
Bang them in now.
There you go. Have you tried not pushing them in?
No, don't. If I tried not pushing them and it was accurate, I wouldn't be able to sell these as a additional accuracy sale, would we? Where did that one go?
6 o'clock. Well,
okay, still there then.
Yeah.
So I'm not the king of springers. It's pretty good now, isn't it?
Yeah, bang them in.
They're all there, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%.
So let's try what you just suggested and let's see exactly what happens. Now, we have had people on our range, haven't we, with mixed results with these HW57s, as we spoke about earlier. Interesting. I don't know what it's doing to the pellet as I'm closing this sliding breech down, but it's obviously doing something.
Is it that, or is it the seals themselves? Are they
I don't know.
twisting or something.
Don't even know where that went.
Well, it moved the target that's one of our zeroing targets beneath it.
Okay.
Which is probably 4 inches low of the where you're aiming.
Okay. So when you don't push it in, it does leave the skirt. I mean, I can feel that. The skirt feels flush in the hole.
Mm.
But obviously those O-rings those seals are doing something. Let's try another one. Don't know.
But the point of impact has moved.
Has moved
for some
drastically
reason. Yeah.
So we'll try another one. Just pushing the pellets into the breech. This is the same aim point, so I'm aiming at the ball. Incredible.
But it had that one that was 4 inches low on that bottom target.
I don't think it was me, yeah. I don't think it was me. So whether it really mullered the skirt of that pellet up, mullered being the technical term, of course. See where that went?
No.
I didn't see that.
I think it hit one of zeroing targets again.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm pushing that as far in as I can with my finger. Not with my nail, because I don't have any nails, because I'm one of the nail biters.
No, didn't see where that went either.
No? Okay.
There we go. I mean, that's pretty indicative of what we were talking about. So, yes, I think we need that little pen. Just push the pellets in, and then it seems to be pretty bang on.
So let's just try and... So, I mean, that's very stiff as I'm pushing that in. That's really... And it goes with a click as I push that in. So I'm going to aim for the number 3 now. I know that monitor's gone off, hasn't it? That's 4 mil to the right of the number 3.
Yeah.
Let's go for the number 3 again. Six mil below the number 3. So it definitely makes a big difference.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't.
No.
You wouldn't expect this to happen on a quality Weihrauch air rifle, would you?
No.
And I don't know if with a standard length pellet, not being short, whether you could actually do that, or whether it pushed the nose of the pellet out the front and would cause more problems. So let's have one more shot at the number 3. That was a bit low. Now one more shot. Gonna pack this one in again. Just down to the right, about 15 mil to the right and down of the number 3. So, I mean, it shows that poking the pellet in changes it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. There's obviously an issue with that loading gate. you'd call it, wouldn't you? Sliding breech.
It's not something isn't working as smooth as it perhaps should be. Yeah.
No, which would surprise. I know we've had problems. We've had. I know we've definitely had one of these returned, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's come back better. I think we've had one.
We had a replacement.
We returned one, and they replaced the whole gun because they
couldn't sort it.
They couldn't sort it. Yeah.
But I think then that was fine.
So I don't know. I mean, it's probably not an enjoyable experience, to be honest. It's quite be interesting to know what results our viewers have had. I know there's only 2 of you watching.
Yeah.
And if one of you has fired one of these, then it'd be good to hear about it. But you know, we can only say as we find.
Yeah.
We can't make something that isn't, and we like to say it as it is. So.
And Weihrauch, if you're watching, we've reviewed a new gun straight out of the box. This is what the customer is going to be getting. This is what the end user's
just taken the tag off it just now. So brand new gun straight out of the box. So, you know, knowing that the customers have had issues, that we're experiencing them the same. So
yeah. Okay, let's change them around. Let's go into conclusion. Right, so drawing the curtain on this review then. Weihrauch 57 FTS. Really well built. Perhaps the design might be lacking. Do we think, would you consider that fair?
I was disappointed with the consistency of the accuracy. Yeah. And I think we had it nailed down with pushing the pellet in further with my accuracy device, my big Weihrauch.
Yeah. So we did try some the BSA Gold Stars that we had. Put a couple of those through.
We tried air arms,
and they pushed in straight away.
QIS, we've tried. Yeah, we tried a lot.
Yeah.
I was a bit disappointed. I'm not going to lie.
With the whole
I know
accuracy.
that we've had at least one range member who had one of these, and he had problems with accuracy.
Yeah.
I know we've had one replaced by Weihrauch,
where they couldn't even fix it.
Yeah.
I think we saw online, obviously we're doing our research and stuff, and we saw online that someone else had said that it can be sort of hit and miss with what you get.
Now I think it all boils down to this pop-up breech.
Yeah. The workings up down here, really consistent. It will give the same power every single time. The barrels, we know they work. We know how solid they are and how versatile they are. Obviously, you can put any pellets through them. The trigger's absolutely phenomenal, really, really crisp and even, or whatever you said earlier. And the stocks are really well built. They're Minelli. They're the industry leaders for nice stocks. It's just this.
But I think we've got an Achilles heel here. Now, it'd be really interesting to have some input from shooters who have got or have had an HW57 and their experience. I'm sure we're going to come across mixed experiences with these. Certainly been our finding, hasn't it, in the past with the 57. We have had some that we've had absolutely no feedback from, which have obviously been very good, and then we've had a few problematic ones.
Yeah.
And we just seem to have a difficult one to shoot.
Maybe the bad is outweighing the good in our memories, in our minds. Maybe we've just the vocal minority, but yeah, this one is
interestingly
100%.
One interesting point. Sam had a shoot with this the other day.
Yeah,
when we were setting up.
Sam at the shop, whom if you give us a call, you may speak to.
You may speak to Sam, and he was getting the same whole groups.
Until we touched it.
Yeah, and he said, you
can't miss.
He said, I don't know how you guys are having a problem with it, and he sort of questioned my ability to shoot and yours, and I sat down in front of him and I showed him my ability to shoot, and it was it was poor. Yeah. It was poor, and he couldn't understand it. He says, "Well, let me have a go." and he was, whether it's the way he was loading it slightly differently.
We tried that. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, you can, as you always say, get your hands on one, give one a try.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
I don't want to say roll your dice, but certainly with this particular one that we've got in front of us.
I was disappointed. I was looking forward to it, and I was disappointed. I struggled with it.
Not much more to say than that. Really well built. Good quality as always. That loading gate for us.
But that's just our review, isn't it? You know, we bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You don't get any bad 97s, is probably what I'll say.
I think it's probably the only Weihrauch that I've struggled to shoot accurately.
Yeah.
Could be just this one. It could be something. Somebody's going to say, "Oh, it's this with a loading gate. You need a
someone in the comments will chime in.
XYZ upgrade on it, and it sorts the problem."
Whether they're right
which
or
is
wrong.
great. We'd love to learn that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can feel, as you're pushing it down, you can feel it's quite...
You can feel it bite on the two...
It feels like those two O-rings are really grippy. And if that pellet isn't pushed right in, then it maybe deforms that skirt of that pellet as you're pushing that sliding breech down.
Maybe.
But, you know, love a bit of engineering, and I like to know how things work and why things don't, and, you know, when they don't. And, yeah, basically. So...
Okay, there we go. That's what we think of it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for watching.